So if you're sitting with a credit score below 670, you need to put in some work to increase that. And in this video, I'm here to tell you how to improve just that. Just a quick disclaimer though, I'm by no means a financial advisor, so take all advice in this video with a pinch of salt. Hello everyone and welcome back to yet another video. If you don't know how to check your credit score in Dubai, I highly recommend you check out my previous video, which you can find up here on how to check your credit score, as well as the top 5 factors which affect your credit score in general. I'll also run over the 5 factors in this video and what you can do to improve each single factor. So imagine your credit score to be a circular pie which equals to 100%, and each factor has a certain weightage or percentage leading up to 100%. So first factor on the list that equates to 35% and the largest chunk of your pie is your payment history. Next is the amount owed to banks. The higher the amount, the lower this percentage will be. And this one accounts for 30% of your pie. Third factor in your pie is your length of credit history. For example, if you have a credit card that you have efficiently maintained and have kept for like 5 years, this increases your credit score over time. And this equates to 15% of your pie. The fourth factor is your credit mix. So this is based on how well you're able to maintain different types of debt like credit cards, loans, mortgages, and so on. This one has a 10% weightage in your pie. Fifth and last piece of the pie, which is also 10% of your pie, is tied to new credit. So if you end up signing up and obtaining a new credit card, this may reduce your credit score in the short term because you're adding more credit to your history. But if you're able to maintain the new credit card effectively and make your timely payments, your credit score within this 10% will quickly rebound. So now that we've discussed the 5 factors that affect your credit score, it is important to tackle each aspect one by one in order to increase your credit score. So let's dive right in. First thing is to create a payment history. The initial way this is created for you is if you have utility payments like Etisalat, Du, and Deva under your name for which you have to pay on a monthly basis. So this is already creating a payment history for you to begin with. The next thing I would recommend for you to do is to sign up for a free for life credit card to create a paper trail with the Etihad Credit Bureau. You can check out my other video where I recommend some free for life credit cards up here, and I also mentioned the requirements in order to sign up with as little as 5,000 dirham salary. Additionally, once you obtain this credit card, although may not have many benefits in terms of lifestyle benefits, air miles, or cashbacks, but this is just the beginning. Now that you've obtained the credit card, I'd recommend making purchases on the card and paying it back immediately. Don't wait until your statement due date. This way, it shows that you're able to make debt payments on time without any delay. Now that we've tackled on how to create a payment history, let's tackle the next section of the pie, which is the amount owed to banks. I would suggest to make purchases on this card with a maximum of 30% credit utilization. Now, what I mean by that is, if your credit card has a 10,000 dirham limit, make sure you only spend about 3,000 dirhams on the card, which is equal to 30% credit utilization. This way you owe the bank, but not too much for your credit score to be affected. In turn, this would help increase your credit score over time if you maintain 10 to 30% credit utilization. Next is length of payment history. This one's different from payment history itself. This one's related to how long you're a good credit keeper, to put it in simple terms. Let's say you have the card I mentioned earlier, which is free for life, and you're making purchases on that card month after month with a 10 to 30% credit utilization. And you're doing this without fail for like 6 months or even more. This shows that you're a good candidate at keeping credit and handling debt. So I'd recommend you keep the credit card as long as you can because you're really not losing anything from having it since it's free for life and it can create a history for you. The minimum period I'd recommend to keep this card for is 6 months, but I'd say literally just keep it for life. Next up is credit mix. Now this may sound a bit contradicting. It's like I must have more credit or debt taken on in order to increase my credit score. How does that even make sense? So let me explain. For example, in my instance, I let my life take its natural course. I started with obtaining a credit card, and then eventually I decided it's time to purchase a car rather than leasing a car. So instead of purchasing the car in cash, I opted for an auto loan instead. Obviously, I made this decision with lots of calculations, and I knew that taking on this debt is a healthy debt because it will play a role in my credit score and history. I didn't and don't recommend to go out there and obtain multiple types of debt like auto loan, mortgage, credit card, and so on all at once. But I just go with the flow and take on debt wherever it's needed, and you know that it can help in the long run. And last but not least, it's taking on new credit. Again, this may seem contradicting, but taking on new credit may reduce your credit score in the short term. But as you showcase your ability of maintaining the new line of credit, the credit score will not only rebound to its original starting level, but it will also increase over time. But again, you must do this strategically. I wouldn't recommend signing up for 3 or 5 credit cards all in the span of a single year. I would take on maybe 2 now and wait a full year and obtain another one only if I see that the credit card is useful in terms of its benefits. Otherwise, I'd just stick to what I have until a good credit card is in the market. So with that being said, these are the ways you can improve your credit score in Dubai or anywhere in the world because the same principles apply worldwide. Make sure to drop your questions below, smash the like button, and subscribe for more videos just like this one. See you guys in the next one.